Hey guys, this is Meg from Spot.ph and we have just landed on Sicogon Island on AirSwift's inaugural direct flight from Manila. Which is pretty cool, but that's just where the adventure begins. Join us as we explore all the many wonders that Sicogon has to offer. This is my first time to visit Sicogon, so I was excited to make the next 48 hours as memorable as possible. So we hopped in the van, checked in, dropped our bags in Huni's beautiful rooms, hopped in the van again, and joined our friends as we headed off to our first adventure. So we are on our way to the Lagoon. This is the Lagoon Trail, which I heard is only 10 minutes, but you know, we'll see how fast we go. The trail involves walking through reclaimed lands and mangroves into the lagoon in the middle of the island. So we haven't really started yet, but we already came across some mangroves, so I think we can expect to see a little bit more diversity in this walk. And here's me ruining the shot to take a few photos of the mangroves for myself. As we kept walking, we came across ruins of structures which turned out to be remains of the old Sicogon Beach Club. As explained by Nika, the sustainability officer here at Huni Sicogon, they're working to find a way for mangoes to thrive despite the ruins.
We're still trying to find the reason why kung bakit namamatay yung mangroves, but I think this is one of the reasons, yung old structure. So we are still thinking kung paano to ma-remove or maayos to revive the remaining mangroves or to rehabilitate the area.
With that in mind, the rest of the trek had this interesting vibe of nature meets man-made structure. It got a bit more serene as we went along until we were greeted by this view. The lagoon is picturesque, especially with the imposing Mount Opao in the background. Whether you're taking shots from the water's edge like me or like my friend Marcos, you're willing to put yourself out there for the shot, you'll be walking away with an amazing photo. We're currently at the end of the Lagoon Trail, but as of filming, it isn't actually finished. They're planning to extend the trail. Hopefully you get to see, and hopefully I get to come back to see as well. It was a nice and calming walk in the middle of nature, and we were energized and ready for our next adventure. So we headed back, freshened up, and prepped for our next destination. I am standing right now on San Fernando Beach, right in front of Huni Resort, and behind me is our next adventure. You can see just in the distance, Gigantes Island, which we will be kayaking to. No, I'm kidding. I don't think I can kayak that. But we're going to take a boat to see what they have in store. So, let's go. The port, like almost any other jump-off point in Sicogon, is just under 10 minutes away from Huni Resort. So we're about to get on the boat on the way to Gigantes Island. We have our lunch, we have our gear, we have ourselves. I'll admit, it wasn't the easiest ride to the Gigantes Islands. The waves were strong on the day that we went, but after around an hour on the boat, we made it to our first spot, Tanque Lagoon. As we entered, we were greeted by the majestic sight of limestones towering over a secluded saltwater lagoon. It felt like we were in a private paradise, where you can go swimming, relax, or have a photo session. You can't deny that this place is so picturesque, perfect for your Instagram, your social medias, and all those things. And what I heard was at high tide, the waters go up to where the stone turns white, and you guys can swim here. It's a place to relax the whole day. It's just a good vibe here. So before we left, we took one last selfie before heading to what the locals lovingly call Selfie Island. One quick boat ride later, we were on Cabugao, Gamay, or Selfie Island. An island so pretty, even before docking, we were already taking photos while on the boat. We are now in Cabugao, Gamay, which is also known as the Selfie Island. I have to take some selfies. True to the name, I took selfies, more selfies, and even more selfies. But the main event, or the main selfie, is yet to come. There's a reason why this is called Selfie Island. This outlook overlooking the entire island is the perfect spot for your solo photo or group photo. Soon enough, we had to leave this picturesque island for one more stop before heading home. We are currently standing on the sandbar in the middle of Gigantes Islands. We're experiencing low tides right now, but during high tides, the shore is really near, well, much nearer us than it is now. You can swim, go out into the ocean before the drop-off. And swimming with this kind of view, how can you go wrong with that? When I say drop-off, I mean a deep slope that goes into deeper water. Here's me trying not to fall into said slope. On the plus side, the waters are clear and lovely, perfect for an afternoon on the beach in the middle of the ocean. Unfortunately, that was the last stop on our island hop, so I took a moment to take in the view one more time, and with one more boat selfie, we headed home to prepare for an early adventure the next day. So it's 5:30 in the morning, the day after happy hour, and we are up this early to hike Mount Opao, which is right behind Huni Resort. It's so early, guys. But we're gonna do it, we're gonna hike, we're gonna see what's up there, we're gonna see the view. So we'll see you there. I got distracted. Look at this, guys. What is this? Did you guys know this? The Jenga tower has a bridge that you can play to make it more unstable. What the hell? That's wild. That's wild to me. These are my early morning thoughts. Okay, I'll see you on the mountain. I'll see you in the mountain. So after a bit of rambling, we took another ride to the jump-off point of Mount Opao, which is just a 10-minute ride from Huni Resort. Yeah, so here we are at the start of the trek towards Mount Opao. All of the forests around here are protected lands, so that's pretty cool to have. And yeah, see how it goes. We'll survive. They're going ahead of us, so I should get going. We prepped for a bit of a long hike, so cue montage. So we're 30 minutes into the hike. No, I'm kidding. We're only 5 minutes in and it feels like forever. But look at the view. The islands in the background, the ocean. I can stay here and, let them go ahead. Okay, it was a bit of a longer hike than we anticipated. It's what I considered to be an intermediate hike, and it was a bit difficult to tell how far up we'd gone because of the canopy of trees around us. But around 10 minutes from the summit, there was suddenly a clearing with an amazing view of the ocean. We are almost at the summit of Mount Opao. It was much harder and steeper than I thought it would be, but such a beautiful hike on the way up. It's full of canopies, full of trees, but now we get to see a view, which we won't spoil right now. We'll show you the view when we get to the summit. At the summit is a breathtaking view of Sicogon and mainland Iloilo. We have now reached the summit of Mount Opao. Look at the beautiful view of the islands all around us. I mean, is the hike worth it? I think definitely. Sunrise is almost here. It's gonna get warm, but this is the perfect time to be here. From here you can see the airport, and as we were told, if you time your hike right, you can watch the planes land and take off from the summit of the mountain. Hey look, it's the lagoon that we were in. Unfortunately, there were no flights that day, so we headed back down after taking our photos, and took a few rest stops along the way. As always, I am grateful for the mountain experience. It was challenging and rewarding, and if you do go, remember that when hiking, safety always comes first. Now with about half a day left in our trip to Sicogon, there was nothing else to do but enjoy the peace that the island resort can offer. If you want to know more about that, head over to our feature video of Huni Resort. As for me, I'll be spending the remainder of the 48 hours by the pool with a cocktail before we fly back to Manila. While I do that, why not head over to the like and subscribe button and hit that notification bell while you're there so you don't miss another video from Spot.ph.